I am about to sell half of my hood position, just the contracts that I bought yesterday, which essentially I technically averaged down on my trade on hood. Bought the top yesterday, shorted the top. I'm gonna close out a couple of those contracts that I bought. So let me go ahead here. I'm gonna send this order through. Right here you can see the order. Let's see if we can get filled on just one contract right now on hood. This is just on that small account, and then you can see here the order did just get filled on hood at 174 per contract. If you can see hood right here, this is the hood chart. We did end up forming highs at 63.78. Nice rejection off of our 63.76. You can see that yellow dotted line right there, which at that point we then pulled back to our opening price, and now we just saw a nice flush into our green target zone. You can see anywhere within this green box was my TP today for those set of contracts. I mean, that wasn't anything crazy. That was a 12.84, so just about 13% ROI. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna send this out to the mentorship. I'm gonna screenshot my hood chart here, and if you look at this screen, this is where I send out all of my trades. Let me go ahead and just let everyone know that I did get out of these hood contracts that I added to yesterday. You can see I added at 153 a contract, and obviously you just saw that exit at 174 per contract. 12.84% net ROI. Obviously I am still in half of the position. Who made money on yesterday's hood contracts with me? So I also entered another trade this morning. Now that was on my main account where I trade with just over 500,000. Let me show you that chart right now. Currently I am down a bit on this position, sitting down about 11% on these HIMS puts that I did enter. What you can see here on my screen, well, is essentially my stop loss and my take profit. So that red line there is going to represent my stop loss, and that green line is going to represent my take profit. So you can see how our stop held very, very well today as I got in those shorts at 61.55, and we were not able to break above my stop. You can see there how we traded on the stop for about 6 or 7 minutes and then ended up getting rejected. So the market likes to probe levels. If you have a stop set, I would always give your stop a little more room. By giving your stop a little more room, that would have been the difference of getting out of this trade for a loss or now still being in the trade. Yes, I am still slightly down. We still have quite a ways to go to our TP. So if we draw down here, we've got just about 3% to go, 3.23% off where we're currently trading to our take profit. And off of our stop, we were sitting just about 1.6, so 1.5, let's say, percent off of our stop loss. We're getting really good follow through on most of the other positions that I am in, so hopefully we'll be able to lock in some more profit later today, but we'll see how it goes. I think we've got to set up, let's see, a couple things we've got to do now at the office here in this new warehouse that I just moved into. One is, if you come over here, we got these vintage signs. So I want to hang these up on the wall right here. We've got this stop sign. We've got this vintage Wall Street sign, and then we've got this 30-mile-an-hour speed limit sign. We are heading into Power Hour. Now, Power Hour is the last hour of the day, so it is 3 p.m. We just got like a beautiful, what I would just call a triple rejection at our stop. So you can see here, we were able to essentially test our stop, that's that red line, while seeing lower highs. You can see how each time we tested, we pulled back, we pushed, we formed a lower high, pulled back, pushed back up, tested, formed a lower high, and now we just got a very strong rejection back into our opening break-even price. Typically during Power Hour, you'll see very directional moves within the market and within the stocks you're trading. So hopefully we could see a flush down and get as close to our take profit as possible, which is still sitting quite a ways below there at that 59.52. But I think we've got a very good shot at doing that in the next 59 minutes. But right now, it is time for me to get in a little workout, and the convenient thing is, all I have to do is walk 20 feet to my right. This saves me so much time. I don't have to drive to the gym, but I can just conveniently work out whenever I want during the day. And then after that, you know, I'm gonna be hopping in the sauna for a little post-market recovery, but hopefully we can lock in profit on this trade during my workout. Finally in the green. I was down about $4,000 less than 10 minutes ago. It has now fully recovered and I'm up about 600 bucks. We did just bounce a bit, which I'm not super excited about. You can see we're essentially flat. I mean, at the end of the day, if I can get out of a trade flat, it's not the end of the world. It's better than losing. So I want to show you guys whatever happens with this trade in about 12 minutes. We're going to close it out. By default at 355, that's part of my system. I might end up losing a bit, I might end up making a bit, but let's do like 10 more minutes and get a little sweat in here. But so far, it's been a good day. I've been able to take, let's see, 4 trades. 3 out of those 4, I hit TP on all of them. You know, just depending on how this one goes, I'm still gonna come out at the end of the day. It's really hard to talk and work out. At the end of the day, in the green. And so everyone's happy, obviously, in the mentorship. And if you guys are interested in learning how to trade, trading live with me every single morning and copying my exact trades, I'll put a link in the description below to my group. So I've got this weighted vest, which is really good for like hanging crunches, pull-ups, running. It's not super heavy, but if you can handle your body weight, then definitely think about getting just one of these weighted vests. So we're actually pulling back a bit, and then come over to my other monitor. I just saw SPY. I was like looking over from like in the gym, and we just saw this huge pop on SPY. Look at that candle. And so SPY's back in the green on the day. So that's good. If we can see that HIMS is not correlated to SPY right now, we've got 4 minutes to close this thing out. Technically 355 is when I try to get out of these trades, because it might take a couple minutes to actually get filled and get out of those contracts. Down 14%, and unfortunately, I am gonna have to stop out of this position because it is 354. So I just sent through a limit order here to get rid of my 54 contracts. And you can see right there, we did just get out of this position for a smaller loss of negative $2,214 on the day, which might seem like a lot to lose, but so far this year, my biggest day was just over 45,000. So you can have $45,000 winning days, then you know those $2,000 losing days don't feel that bad. But overall, I did come out today in the green, just by a couple thousand, not a whole lot. That HIMS trade, I obviously did get back a bit of that. But like I said, I'm here to show you guys everything. Let's finish up this workout.